Hi, my name is Apple from Tomato Face. Uh, I need to make an intro, but right now I don't have any intros, so I don't know. I think I'll eventually make an intro like other people, but for now, that's that. And I decided to add S-Stock into my weapon choice. Before it was banned in tourneys, and I really don't like the style of like piercing weapons, so I didn't use it before. So, but now it's nerfed and everybody's saying it's not that strong anymore, and it seems like they might allow it in tourneys again. So I'm thinking, so I just decided to test it out and see how it is. So here's my clip with the S-Stock on the sidearm, and S-Stock on the sidearm is still relatively fast. I think it's just pre-patch speed. So here's I'm testing out with a Chaos Blade. And I just decided to talk about certain topics rather than commentating over fights. I will do, I think, at least one commentate over the fight, but mainly focused on like a certain topics. And today I'll talk about the ultimate build. First of all, the 45 vigor, 40 endurance, 40 strength, and 40 dexterity is hand down the best build. It's like the standard build, and it's like pretty much if you have that build, you don't need other builds. By the way, I'm talking about the ultimate tryhard build, like the most efficient build that for the winnings. And there's another best build is that in Fate 40/40 Dark Infusion build, and it does like 10% less damage than the 40/40 build, but there's two main benefit to that build is that one is you can use it with a soothing sunlight, and basically the effect of soothing sunlight with the other like blessed sidearm and the prince ring, it basically gives you like about 800 more HP, and that's really strong. It kind of frustrates the opponent a lot. But lately, it seems like I'm not sure how the main tourney is gonna turn out. But so far, like people are against the regen build, and they're like likely to ban regen builds in the tourney or something. In fight clubs, people get a lot of hate from if you use regen build, and especially you can just use dual charm, and I mean that's kind of really cheap, but it's like it doesn't matter that much. So anyways, if somebody's really good with the dual charm, they could definitely just get rid of it. So there's another benefit to this build is the shield piercing. Like if somebody's turtling with a shield, you don't have to think about that much. You just need to hit the shield and you'll do 80 damage, depending on the shield, but it will do like 80 to 100 damages. And at first they think it's nothing, but you can't just ignore it, because if I just hit 4 times, that's gonna be 400 damage. That's more than one hit. So it's really good. And first, even though like okay, not considering the so I decided to just get rid of the soothing sunlight because there's a chance it's not gonna be useful anymore. So even with a 10% less damage, I think using against shield it's really beneficial, and 10% is not that much in some other ways. So I decided to use it and try it out, and I found like one big flaw into it. So before I talk about that more, I want to talk about more of the basic consideration of the build. And here's the standard. I talked about it before, but again, 45 vigor, which is 1900 HP with a life ring +3 and the favor and protection ring +2. and 40 endurance and 40 refined weapon damages and 19 to 25 absorption. That's like the standard build. I'm not gonna talk about why that's gonna be the standard, but anyways, that's so far it's like the easiest and the standard option we can have. And so 45 vigor, if you go higher than that, it's like really stat-wise inefficient. And so it's basically like most efficient way to reach the highest amount of HP is 45 vigor. And the 40 okay, the 40 is 40 strengths and 40 dex. So 40 refined damage to 45 vigor with 19 to 25 absorption. You will basically take, it's a 8 R1s to kill the person. It takes 8 R1s to kill it, and it could be different based on the weapon and the attack type and the attack, you know, if it's R1 or whatever the situation. But the general idea is you get 8 hit to get killed. So the difference between 19 to 25 absorption is like after 7th hit you will survive with 1 HP or 238 HPs. Either way, you'll die after one more hit. So I mean, if you like consider every situation, it's not gonna be like that, but the general idea is that. I did a lot of testing on it, and I'll post the sheet that I made with a damage absorption, like comparing things. I made a Google sheet, and I'll put that on the link in the description. And you guys can see it. And you can achieve 19 to 25 absorption with 11 vit, which is warrior's class. With warrior class, you can make even dark infusion builds, and also, so it's like hand down best starting class. I haven't seen any other build that is better than warrior class, unless you go like full magic or pyro. So that's gonna be like the standard starting class. I'll talk this a little bit deep in other video, I think, but like basically with all the buffs and debuffs, it's around 15 to 50 damages. They all stack, but eventually it just comes to 15 to 50 damage. You take more, or you know, you do more, or you know, it protects you from, that's the range. So especially with the steel protection ring, it says like it gives you way more absorption than it actually happens on this like stat screen. It shows more stats than you actually have. It's so basically with the steel protection ring plus 2, you only get 4% damage reduction, and that is average of 15 damage. So basically just imagine you take 15 less damage if you have a steel protection ring. Don't look at the stats and say like it gives you 30%, so oh, this is really good. No, it's not like that. In actuality, it only gives you 15 damage reduction. And now about the vigor difference between 35 vigor and 45 vigor is like 200 HP. Which, if you have a proper absorption, it's actually only, it's like basically same thing, because usually hits go over 200. So you have 35 vigor, and you take one hit, you'll still, I mean, if you have enough vigor absorption, you'll still die in 8 hits. So it's basically, in some ways it's same as 45 vigor. So if you really think you can manage it, you can go down to 35 vigor also. I personally think 39 vigor is the best option, which is like 1800 HP, and it's like 6 more points you can spend on different thing with 100 less HP. It really matter of thinking 100 HP is a lot or not, but to me it's the same thing. And right now there's a theory about poise and weight for like avoiding roll catches. So I tested with Bao Bao, and there's actually a video about it in my channel. If you guys can, I'll maybe put it on the description. You guys can check it out. So basically, it's like even with the highest poise or like 30% less weight, it will make you harder to get roll catched, but it's possible. It's like you can still get roll catched if they try it harder enough. And simply with the double roll, you can just avoid the roll catch. So all those effort becomes kind of meaningless. Here I die, but I just decided to add more clips that I had and finish off this topic, so you guys can enjoy more fights. And so you can just, if you do double roll, you can just basically avoid all the roll catches. And so if you wanna sacrifice all those stats to avoid roll catches, actually Blood Ring is much better and more effective and efficient. Like if you have Blood Ring, it's almost impossible to roll catch you. So, and sacrificing other stats is kind of basically like taking more damages. You take a lot more damage with a Blood Ring. It depends on the absorption, but I think an average of 80 to 70 more damage you take. So that's your consideration for you to consider. Next is the endurance. I don't know, still Scorebrand is rocking 25 endurance, but he was on his video he was using 25 endurance, and the last tourney he was using 25 endurance. So I tried it out myself, and it was okay. It was like really doable, unless you block with a shield, or unless you use a shield or block. It's pretty much the same with a 40 endurance. You don't need 40 endurance, especially if you do hit and run playstyle. And that's the perfect suitable playstyle for 25 endurance. Hit and run, hit once and roll away, hit it once and roll away. And time to time you feel like you're running out of stamina, but it's just a matter of managing staminas, and I think it's doable unless you block it. But recently I went back to 40 endurance, and I can definitely see it's way better choice to go. 40 endurance is really good. Okay, I was gonna talk more, but apparently this I use SHAREfactory in the PS4 to record my voice, but it can only do 14 minutes of the recording. So I have to cut off the video, and this will be my last fight, and I'll see you guys